Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Megan's Fearless Adventures. You are joining me today in the kitchen, which I'm super excited about. I'm about to show you a couple of recipes, which I don't think anybody knows that I'm doing more than one, which is okay. It's a twofer. But I'm very excited to be hosting this collab, which is what this video is going to be centralized around. Our collab is called Home is Where the Health Is, and it is hosted by myself and my mom, Ginger, at Not For Nothing Homestead. We have a bunch of awesome creators who are going to be working with us to bring you guys healthy recipes. And it doesn't just have to be healthy food recipes. It can be healthy medicines. It could be healthy, we've seen some salads. You could do dressings. You can do desserts. You could do healthy anything that has gotten you into being in that health mind frame and mindset. And the reason that this collab is super close to my heart is not just because it's me and my mom hosting, but also because I've been on a health and fitness journey for quite some time now, about a year and a half, about a year. And the one thing that I realized is it isn't just about going to the gym every day. It isn't just about working out all the time. It's not, things like that should not consume you. And that's where people like health and fitness get this really bad rep, because people think that it has to be 24/7 all the time. The biggest thing that I have learned is that you give yourself grace. You give yourself grace in the things that you eat. You give yourself grace in the things that you do. If your body is telling you, I need a break, or your body is telling you, get something sweet, do it. You know, being healthy doesn't mean that you have to cut out all the bad things. It just means that you need to be more mindful of it. It means that you need to consider the things that you've put in your mouth, or the things that you will be putting in your mouth or eating and consuming. So those are like the biggest things. Is it's not just a physical thing, it's a mind thing as well. And it's strengthening that muscle of your mind. So that being said, being healthy in the kitchen and being healthy with what you eat doesn't just affect your physique or your physical appearance. It also affects your mental well-being and your mental health in a lot of ways. And I've noticed that, like, with a lot of things that I eat and have changed to being more clean eating, I can think more clear. I feel better. I just feel this mental happiness when I'm in the kitchen and I'm cooking, but also like when I'm eating, I feel excited to eat food. And I feel like that's such a big deal for a lot of people. So I'm going to show you two recipes today, which I'm very excited about, like I said. So I'm going to bring you down so that you can see what we've got here for the first recipe. It's going to be like a dinner dessert duo, which I'm really excited for. And a couple of the things we have here today have been grown or made at home, which is obviously what we want, right, when it's healthy. But it's also about the things that you can get from the store and sifting through the bad and picking out some of those good things. So label reading is a really big deal. It doesn't mean that you need to read every single label, but know what you're looking for when you're in the grocery store if you're not able to grow it or make it at home yourself. The biggest thing that I took away from that is looking at sugar content. That's the very first thing that I look at if I pick up a label, is how much sugar does it have in it, and how much sugar am I aiming to have every single day to make sure I stay healthy and fit for myself. So having goals when it comes to that stuff, or at least being mindful of the amount of sugar that you're consuming a day, is something that's super helpful for, I would say, mental awareness, fitness, health, and physical health and fitness. So I could get on a tangent about this all day long, and I am no fitness coach and I am no dietitian whatsoever. But I will say that, like, I break all the rules. I break all the rules. So we are going to be making a chicken soup that is an anti-inflammatory chicken soup. So it's going to have a lot of things that really help with that gut health, but it's a lot of healthy, hearty, leafy greens that give you the nutrients that your body needs as well. So garlic, always a necessity. We've got some black pepper, we have some cumin, we have cayenne pepper, and we have tumeric, which are all really great spices to help with anti-inflammation. Oh my gosh, that word is gonna get me today. I already know it. So turmeric, cayenne pepper, they help activate those stomach, I don't want to say muscles, but all those things that help you to digest. So I'm very excited for this. And I think I said turmeric, cumin, cayenne pepper. There we go. So I did about a teaspoon, and I will post the recipe as well, but I did a teaspoon of black pepper, and then I did a half teaspoon of each of the others. The recipe that I got, I'm tweaking it quite a bit for myself, but it didn't have any measurements for this stuff. So I'm going to measure this way first, and then if I need to add, I will add. I'm not using all of these onions. I am making another soup as well that incorporates a lot of these same ingredients. So I chopped up enough for that, but what you need is one whole onion for this, and the onion I use is gigantic. I have a bunch of kale that we grew in the garden, which I'm super excited to be able to use because I just harvested some and I was able to fill a gallon bag, and we still have 3 gardens full that are like flourishing. So gotta get this kale used and used quick, and that's okay because I love kale. And then we have carrots, which are also really great for reducing inflammation. Now, our chicken today, I've already have made, so this is gonna act as like a fridge clean out meal as well. But I just shredded it. So I really have to post my chicken recipe because it is so good. But it's just seasoned with Italian paprika. I baked it in the oven and olive oil, and then shredded it right as soon as it came out. So I'm gonna use this for our chicken soup tonight too. Make it super easy. And then for this last part of this recipe, it's gonna be 4 cups of chicken stock. And Mom made this chicken stock fresh for me from some scraps we had. So she's had this thing cooking for 2 days. I've been smelling it and I'm like, girl, we need a soup, okay? And I was gonna do just a dessert for this collab because we'll get into that later, but I'm going to do a soup as well because I've been smelling it all week and I'm ready for it. Okay, so we're gonna get some of these ingredients going, and I'm gonna bring you down even further. So first things first is we're gonna get a little bit of olive oil in this pan going, and we're just going to get these onions and garlic sauteed together. So I'm just gonna measure my onions out in this. And like I said, this would be a super easy chicken soup. It's getting kind of cold here. Weather is doing some weather things. I did about, let's just say, 1.5 cups for this. I love a really hearty onion soup, so that's okay. We're gonna do a lot. I like a lot of vegetables. Onion is also very good for you. So anyways, the weather is weathering. So this is like perfect soup weather. And soups are also very good for you because of that chicken broth or any kind of stock that you can get, beef, vegetable, whatever. I'm gonna add a little Italian because you can never not. Any of those broths are gonna be really good for you, just as far as like adding in some extra protein for yourself or just having a little bit more oomph in your meal. They really add a lot of health, have a lot of health benefits. One thing that I have done recently too, gotta adjust so you can see my face while we talk. One thing I've done recently as well is I have been using chicken stock or vegetable stock in my rice, to make rice, or to make, I recently did orzo as well, which was really good. You do like half water, half chicken stock, and it is absolutely delicious. It gives it a very hearty flavor. It isn't just saturating it with water. It's helping to cook in those flavors as well. So it is really good. And I'm just trying to, switching gears really quick, just trying to get a sear and make these translucent, these onions, and then I'll add in the garlic last minute. And then what we're gonna do is transfer everything to the pot that I have behind it so we can get some of that stuff incorporated too. So I'm gonna get this stuff cooking and I'll be right back. So our onions are getting nice and cooked. We are also going to add in these carrots, help soften them up before we put them in our soup. Now it sounds a little weird, but that's okay. We're just gonna, like I said, soften them up a bit, get a nice little saute on them. And we got vegetables flying everywhere. I can never just keep it in the pot. And I'm just gonna do about half of this little container. I did a whole, I think I did 6 cloves of garlic for both of my soup recipes, so I would just say about 3 cloves of garlic for this one. And again, I will post the recipe once I've kind of siphoned through it. I did all my measuring for both recipes just to make it easy on myself whenever I go to, I mean, you see 2 pots here. So we've got 1 pot for the chicken soup and 1 pot for my other soup. And I'm sure everybody's like, what's the other soup? What's the other soup? I'm going to make an at-home version of zuppa toscana soup. And I'm not sure if everybody is aware of what that is. And if you're not, let me help you. It is one of the best soups that you can get at Olive Garden. I absolutely love it. It's an Italian soup. So it incorporates Italian sausage, kale, chicken stock, heavy cream, crushed red pepper, and bacon. And so it's a hearty soup. It's really heavy. But making it at home, man, is so much better just because you have all that added stuff in recipes that you don't really know what's happening back there. And you know exactly what's going into the things that you've got going in your recipe, right? Like chicken stock has a lot of added sodium and a lot of added things. I literally watched my mom make this entire thing of stock, so I know exactly what's in it, and I don't have to sit there and guess or feel guilty for what I'm eating. So what we're gonna do is take this off the burner. I'm gonna move my soup pot onto the burner. Take the lid off, obviously. I am going to add my vegetables all in. Once we get our soup going, I'm going to show you our recipe for our dessert, which I'm very excited for. So, I've gotten those in there, and my burner is on. Why am I doing this? So I'm going to add in my stock next. About 4 cups of stock. So then I'm going to add in my chicken. And I did about, that was probably the equivalent of 2 chicken breasts, I would say, shredded. So guesstimate however much you'd like. If you like a real hearty chicken soup, feel free to adjust any measurements that you want. I am, again, a no rule kitchen person. Like in the kitchen, I can follow the recipe to almost a T. But if there are things that I'm like, wow, I love that, I'm going to add more of that, trust me that I'm going to be the one to do it, okay? And that drives mom nuts, but it's just the way I am. So we're going to add in our spices. And I'm just going to put the lid on, let these flavors really like immerse together. I'm also going to cut that with some water. So I'm going to do a cup of water in this, or 2 cups of water in this. Yummy soup. And what I'm going to do is just put the lid on. And let those flavors marry together. Just because kale is a very leafy green, but it also wilts pretty easy in like soups. And I've learned this just from making the zuppa toscana soup very often. It's the very last thing you want to put in the soup. So if you have like leafy vegetables, like spinach, that you want to incorporate. All right, welcome back. So our dessert that we are making today, you're probably gonna look at me like, Megan, where are you going with this? It's gonna have Greek yogurt in it. And there's a lot of people who hate Greek yogurt. I was one of those people, okay? I'm guilty. And my mom is one of those people. So I made it my personal mission to find a dessert that she would like with Greek yogurt in it. And the reason being is that Greek yogurt is so much healthier for you. It is really good. I love all the, you know, flavored ones that have all the sugar and stuff in them. So I had to really start to pay attention, like I said, to labels, and make sure I was buying A, the right kind, but B, like, what did it have in it? So this Greek yogurt is 140 calories for this cup, and it has 3 grams of sugar, and it's a vanilla one. You could just get regular Greek yogurt, and typically it has 0 to 1 gram of sugar, but it has 20 grams of protein. The other thing that they don't tell you, when you're losing weight, or when you try to lose weight, or you're trying to get healthier, and don't mistake what I'm trying to say here. Health is not synonymous with weight loss or trying to lose weight. Whatever your goal is. My goal was to lose weight and to get healthy, do both things simultaneously. When doing that, the more you eat, the better. You are increasing your metabolism, and the best way to do that is to increase your protein intake. I work out a lot. I go every single day, and I go for about, well, I take 2 days off a week, but I go for about an hour and a half. I usually do about 45 minutes of weightlifting and strength training, and then I'll spend the rest of the time doing cardio because I am trying to lose still, so I try to balance those two things. That being said, your body needs protein to replenish its strength. So getting in the amount of protein that I needed to have per day was so difficult for me, and I felt so full. I was like really struggling to get protein in. So I had to find different ways to get that, and reading your labels is very helpful in knowing how much protein you're consuming per day. So that being said, these yogurts with the higher protein count are so good. So we're gonna use this. We are also, again, not gonna stray away from the things that we love, which is why I wanted to do a dessert, because I bet a lot of people think health is synonymous with taking sugar completely out of your diet, and that is not true. So our dessert today is going to incorporate 2 things, one healthy, one not so healthy, and that's okay. We're gonna look at the label and we're gonna see how much we wanna go after as far as in terms of our goals. So I'm gonna do Greek yogurt, and I am doing cookie butter. Bet you didn't expect that. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna do a little mixture. So we're gonna do Greek yogurt first, and I'm gonna make this into a dip so that we can use, excuse me, apples as our dip chip, okay? A lot of people who make cannoli dip, they'll use the cannoli, the like flesh of the cannoli to dip it in. That's another carb. So we're gonna use an apple because it's a little healthier. Now do be mindful that does have sugar in it, so just caution yourself. But again, this is a guilt-free dessert, honestly. And I've seen a lot of people make this with, they'll put honey, they'll put vanilla in there. I usually don't like to add too much stuff to this just because we are already doing the cookie butter. So we are going to just do the yogurt, we are going to do the cookie butter, and I'm probably just going to do these 3 containers. I just got the 1 cups because they don't make the big container of the higher protein. So I am going to just put my cookie butter in there, and this is going to be kind of hard to mix to start with, but that's okay. And I think about this as being like apples and peanut butter in some ways. And peanut butter is a great source of protein as well, and a really good fatty, like fat for you to have. But this yogurt dip is delicious. And we have one more ingredient that we're gonna add in, and then I have a surprise ingredient that I've never tried before. I love to do sporadic things. It makes me feel invigorated. So we're gonna just mix this really, really, really well so that that yogurt is all incorporated with that cookie butter, and you can not even tell the difference, and it changes the color completely. Now, again, we read our label. Our serving size is 2 tablespoons, I'm sorry. So I cut that in half and just did 1 tablespoon. And we may add in a little bit more, just depending on the taste, but we'll play it by ear and see. You don't have to feel bad about adding more if you do. It's really not a big deal. So, but we want to get all of our 1 tablespoon, so I missed some. If I'm gonna give it to myself, I'm gonna really give it. So I might in the future use Mom's granola recipe for this 3rd part that I'm about to add in. But this is a granola that I love to use because it's a salty sweet granola, so it gives it a really good flavor. I love this brand. A 3rd cup is the serving size, but it has 7 grams of sugar in this. Again, you don't have to feel bad about it. It's pretty low in sugar, so to speak. So we're gonna just sprinkle that in. We're not gonna do a ton. It's kind of coming out in big chunks. So I'm just going to stir that in really well as well. And try to break up some of those clumps in there. so that you can get granola in each bite of the dip that you take. And again, that's just my preference. They have chocolate ones of the, this same brand has chocolate, like a double chocolate one. I think she has like blueberry. All of her granolas are really good. I love it. The other thing to look at too, and as I'm like looking at this label, I forgot to mention, is that it's not just about sugar content when you're talking about this stuff too. It's about added sugar. So a lot of your things that you have, like apples for instance, already have sugar in them. That's okay. You really want to be mindful of how much added sugar an item has, and think about that is how much they're adding to whatever it is you're doing. So a lot of like fresh fruit juices have sugar already, right? That's okay. Just be mindful of that. So the last thing I'm going to add that I've never added before is hemp hearts, and I'm just going to do a little bit of them. But they have 10 grams of protein, 12 grams of omegas. So, I mean, they're a really great way to make your, like, uplift your salad, your yogurt, your smoothie, just like chia seeds in my head, kind of the same thing. So no sugars, no added sugars, 10 grams of protein, and I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit. The serving size is 3 tablespoons, but I am not going to put that much just because I just want to try it, taste it, and see. It does give it a nutty flavor. So I'm just, again, I've eaten this dip a million times, but I'm going to give this a shot and see what I think. I got cacao sweet nibs, and I tried them before. I don't think I'll put them in the yogurt this time just because I think my mom will not be in favor of these. But they're really good as well. They're like a guilt-free chocolate. So 1 teaspoon is the serving size, 15 calories, and less than 1 gram of sugar. And I mean, literally for chocolate, like I think it's really good, but it has a very bitter bite back, like cacao typically does, but it is good. So got that well mixed. Hemp hearts are hidden. She'll never even know. So I'm gonna bring her out and see if she's willing to give it a try. Brought in reinforcements for taste testing. All you can see is her hair. Oh my God. It's no wonder I'm so short.
I don't want it to catch my hair on fire here.
Yeah. She hasn't gotten the chance to try the soup yet. It smells delicious, but
it smells so good.
We're gonna be really naughty and have dessert first.
Okay. I mean, hey.
Yeah, I know you're hungry. She's like,
no, we're adults. Or as I used to say, adults. We can do whatever we want. So
this dessert is gonna have over 35 grams of protein.
Oh, nice.
Which is good. Yeah, per serving size. I made like three servings. So like, this is a lot.
Okay. And you cut up 3 apples?
I did. And they're browning quickly, so you need to eat them quickly.
Okay. Well,
so this dip is Greek yogurt, cookie butter, granola, and I added in hemp hearts, but I don't think you'll even be able to taste them.
Okay. What are they?
Well, I'll let you try first. And
well, I'm trying to get a piece of granola here with my dip.
You should have gotten a flatter.
No, that's okay.
Apple.
Ooh, that looks good. Mmm. I'm going. That is very good.
You like it? Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm smacking.
I feel a little kick.
Kick?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing spicy in there.
Nothing spicy?
No, but what I did forget to say is I always use Granny Smith apples for this. Because it gives it a sour, sweet contrast. A lot of people do red apples. I feel like it makes the whole thing way too sweet.
Yeah.
So I would recommend Granny Smith. But if you want this dessert to be a dessert, then do it. But the dip is sweet enough on its own.
They're pretty good.
You like it?
I like that, yeah.
So altogether, this has about...
And so this is a nice little, this is not your midday snack. I mean, it could be, but this is like a dessert for you.
Correct. This has about 10 grams of sugar in it altogether per serving. Yeah. And the serving is about a cup. So the yogurt itself has about 3 grams of sugar. This has about 2, and then, well, I did my math wrong. It's about 15 grams of sugar. Sorry. This has about 5. But better than most desserts. No, that's okay. So, hemp hearts, I'll let you smell it, but it's hemp seeds. Smell it, because you can't even, it does not taste how it smells.
No, I'm going to taste some. It's because people are so scared, and
yeah,
I think you need to.
They smell very grainy.
I'm going to swallow this apple first. Mm.
Oh, they do have a nutty flavor.
Mm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's kind of like, a flaxseed.
Yeah.
That I put in my granola.
I want to say Natasha.
Is that my granola?
No, that's my granola.
Oh.
I did tell them that we're going to use yours.
I was going to say, what do you use?
No, this is one I recommend in the store. I was trying to give store-bought alternatives as well. For things just in case they don't make it at home, what they can use instead.
That's good and healthy.
Yeah. This is really good by itself, but it's high in omega-3s, which is really hard. Sorry, omega-3s.
Yeah, and that's what salmon is high in, too.
Salmon. There's only
fatty acid.
3 things in the world that have it.
Mm-hmm.
Salmon, avocado, and there's one other thing that you can get it from naturally. Okay. And, I mean, I didn't know hemp hearts, but hemp hearts, I guess, is one, too.
That's very good.
Yeah. If you had to
I'm going to eat so much dessert. I'm not going to want dinner.
Yeah.
But I actually do. And I came around the corner and I was like, wow, that smells so good.
Really?
What is that?
Yeah, I'm going to eat this whole thing. I should not have made 3 serving size. Here we go.
That's okay.
Can you see it? Can you see that? You want a bite? Too bad.
The aggressive eater says, you want a bite? No, ma'am. Oh, that is really good.
Rate it 1 through 10.
I've had some very healthy alternatives as far as desserts, trying to replace them with, like, say, an apple cobbler or something like that. I'm definitely going to give that a 9.
Dang, that's strong.
Yeah, that is. Well, because you're still, I mean, you don't want to deprive yourself. Because then you'll overindulge because you've deprived yourself.
In your mind.
This hits that. This hits that sweet. If you want something sweet, that hits it right on the head.
And you don't even have to feel guilty for it. And it's Greek yogurt. I already told people, you're not a Greek yogurt lover?
I'm not. I don't like Greek yogurt.
And it was my mission to make you like it.
I know. Well, you added some cookie butter into it, so...
So I mean, anybody's gonna like it with cookie butter.
You can put cookie butter in collard greens and I'd like them. You can put cookie butter in okra.
Cookie butter and okra.
Cookie butter, okay.
Alright, so we're gonna bring you back when we're trying dinner. Because we did this backwards. So, see. Alright, dessert is over. And we are back. And the soup is ready. So, I'm so excited. It's spicy though. I know it is. And I know you can see it steaming, so it's very hot. But I made Mom and I a bowl, and she's gonna come over whenever she's ready. That's her cue.
I'm a little scared.
I'm gonna put Parmesan cheese, freshly grated Parmesan cheese on top of our soup because what?
Well, you put Parmesan cheese on it, I'm gonna eat it.
Oh, well, of course. This is how I coerce you to try my things.
It's kind of like cookie butter.
Yeah, so I'm a little nervous too because this is like a live reaction. I asked her if she wanted to try what?
Is that our baby kale?
It is.
Nice.
I know. I said we harvested a gallon bag and we still have 3 gardens full. So
yes.
All right. So this one's yours.
Okay. Does it have salt? You know, I'm the salt connoisseur.
Well, it does have just a little bit of salt. I was trying to be healthy.
You're the biggest carrot connoisseur I know.
Yeah, I'm very sorry. I put a whole bag of whole carrots.
You did. I can see that.
Yeah.
You love your carrots.
So, I asked her if she wanted to try it before we filmed, and she said no.
I'm just going to go for it.
So, if she roasts me, know it's true family roasting. Look at that bite of chicken, kale, and broth. Yummy.
Oh, I'm very excited. Now, before I take this bite...
It needs salt.
What am I expecting?
Spice. It's very hot.
Okay.
But it's an anti-inflammatory soup.
What flavoring am I looking for? What's the profile? Is it like got an Italian flair?
It was supposed to, but and it smells like it kind of does. I did put a lot of Italian in there, but it really is like it has almost like a chili flavor because I think I put too much cumin in there.
I like it. It does have a lot of heat. I feel it. I feel it in my throat, and I'm already, I can already, but sometimes that's from hot too, from eating hot soup. Your nose clears up. This is very hot on my
This is not that. I will thank you for trying to give me that, but this is not that, but it is very good. I will just say, I would adjust the measurement for the cayenne pepper to just maybe a 1/4 teaspoon, maybe less, because that's probably what's giving it that kick. The turmeric, I think you can't even taste it, but it's gonna be very good for you.
But I will tell you, cumin has a bit of a kick itself too, especially after you cook it or when you can with it. It has a bit of a kick as well.
Really?
That I'm gonna tell you my favorite part of it, and strike me down, I would have never said this a year ago, is the baby kale.
It's good, isn't it?
It is so good.
It is yummy. It almost looks like it's curry. Like it gave it a curry look. Like the chicken. The spices clung to the chicken.
But I'm thinking, I'm looking at it, and it almost reminds me of like an Oriental soup. So that's why I was asking what flavors am I looking for. It's very good.
It's not giving traditional chicken soup.
No,
that's for sure.
But it's delicious.
Yay. I'm glad you like it.
This is a make you feel better chicken soup for sure.
Yeah. I think when you're sick, like, this would be a great one to have. Get those germs knocked out of you. Sweat it out. All right, well, I'm gonna go have a heat stroke, and I so appreciate you guys for watching dinner and dessert, and then dessert and dinner tasting backwards. And yeah, so I can't wait to see everybody else's recipes this month. Make sure that you guys like, subscribe, follow for more. Mom and I both have playlists on both of our channels with all the content creators who are participating in this collab. So make sure you check out those playlists to see what other great recipes you can incorporate into your diet. Thank you guys.